Okay, so at this point, you have successfully paid Conwell, and you are now staff on Play Free RP. So I'm recording this in a weird resolution because it's just fucking weird to record this with this app. So the chat's gonna be kind of weird. It's gonna be like over there. The quality might not be as 100% as it should be, but carrying on. So you have a new menu. Regardless of what rank you are, you now have this menu, unless you are respected and you don't have this menu. For those of you that don't know, respected is a rank that Conwell no longer gives people. So, getting started, you're going to have this menu, and depending on what rank you are, you're not going to have certain abilities that I have. But regardless, you'll have your rank, and you'll see what I say is okay, how to use it, and whatnot, and it'll all make sense. So if you're an admin, I'm pretty sure you have to be admin to use any of this. You might not. So this is a thing that you want to, like, you don't really use GIMP unless it's just your friend, you're fucking around. But you can use TSA is not used very much. PSA, this is all kind of unnecessary stuff. Things you want to focus, like mute, that can be important, but you can just do the command. Everything that you do in here can be used with a certain command, you just have to know the exact command to use. So, like I said, gimping is just like changing how people talk, and it's just weird, it's just like a fun thing. So gag, people, they can't hear them on their mic anymore, but they can still use the chat. I think that's where muting comes in. I never really mute people, I just kind of like gag them. So this is what you want to use if you're using this menu at all. Like for me, I might say something like server restart in such amount of time, whatever. But message will come up at the top of the screen, like right here, saying what you want. You can do that like when you're recruiting for events or whatever, basically. Alright, pause for a second, I was getting some water. So next you have the fun menu. So if you are on duty, you may use the following for certain reasons that I will cover. Armor. There is never a reason to give yourself armor. There's certain reasons that you might give another player armor, provided they sit with you, someone like randomly shoots them or whatever, you can give them armor. Or if you're like testing something in the admin area, I'll show you that later. Blinding is never necessary, but the person can't see anymore. Cloak, you're never ever gonna cloak another player. If you do, expect me to ban you. What the fuck? So moving forward, cloak. You're never gonna cloak another player. Like I said, expect me to ban you because there's literally never a reason for it, and it's very abusive. So if you want to cloak yourself, this is when you're gonna do it. You're gonna do your cloak command, or if you want to do it through the menu. And then you're going to talk in the admin chat, which you can access with ///. You just say hi, or whatever you want. You say, if you're cloaking yourself, you say, I am now cloaking myself, because there's a suspected prop killer, or whatnot. If you cloak yourself for no reason, you just look like a dumbass, and players will just think you're an idiot, because unless you do it through the fadmin menu, which is like if I were to cloak myself through here, you can't really see it right now. It's like, yeah. Anyway, if you cloak yourself through the fadmin menu, it's a little bit different. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same for this server. I haven't really tested it, but like, if you're like holding down X while you're cloaked with the command, like cloak Allah, and I was to cloak myself, people can still like see your name if they hold down X. Like, who can hear them? But not for the fadmin. Pretty sure tab menu, fadmin, whatever you want to call it. So color, I color myself all the time. You can color off duty. You can color your friends. It's whatever. Explode is that's just this thing. It just kills someone. It's just for fun. Don't do it to random people, and make sure that whoever you're doing it to is aware. Fake ban, just fake ban. It speaks for itself. Freeze. You're gonna freeze other players when they're RDMing before you ban them. Like they're in spawn and just shooting everyone, you want to freeze them. You can also do it through a binding, which I can show later. Give ammo, never going to use that. God. You're going to God yourself on duty and noclip around and shit. Make sure you're on duty. People know you're not role-playing, and you can have God mode on. If you are not role-playing and you have God mode on, expect me to ban you. Gravity, stupid. HP. You can set a player's HP when they are randomly shot, or you bring them to a sit and they fall off for some reason, or you can just heal them with a med pack or whatever. You're not going to ever use it on yourself, especially off duty. Ignite. Oh, you can use it. You can use it to yourself if you're like on duty and then you just want to like get 100 HP before you like switch classes. It's no big deal. Ignite, just a fun thing. It'll just slowly burn him to death. Don't abuse it. Jail people for. I'm gonna go over sit reasons later, but make sure you're doing all this stuff on duty, except for like color and a few others I can show later. Jail TP, it's like, it speaks for itself. You jail someone, it teleports you when their cursor location. Ragdoll, it's just for fun. It just makes them look like a ragdoll until you unragdoll them. If you ever ragdoll someone, even for fun, you have to unragdoll them or they will be stuck there and you'll be in trouble. Slap, it just does damage to them. I'm pretty sure I used to test it for God mode until I realized that it goes through God mode. Slay speaks for itself. It just kills someone. You can do a silent slay to silently slay someone. Speed, another thing you're only going to do on duty for fun. It just makes you run faster. Strip gets rid of their weapons. They can't get them back. Alright, interrupted again. So yeah, like I said, you want to strip someone when they're just like shooting nonstop in jail, or they're a citizen with guns and they won't give them away or something. So unignite all gets rid of like this and extinguishes everything, like even like printers that are exploding. So you're not going to use this much unless there's never really a reason to do it, unless an admin's like randomly burning someone to death, or someone you exploded someone's printers by accident and you're on duty. There's not really many reasons to do it. Whip, it's like a slap, but it just keeps slapping. MOTD. Make sure you read my rules, okay? I wrote all the rules, and I need you to read them. I need you to read them fucking 10 times before you go administrate on here, alright? Because I don't want to fucking ban you. And I ban lots of people, including staff. Clear decals. This gets rid of things like blood or remains of certain props, things like that create lag. You want to clear decals every so often. Ragdolls. This gets rid of like random ragdolls in the server. You don't use them very much. This is jump power. You're never really gonna use that. Model. You're not gonna use that. No lag. This freezes all the props. Gets rid of lag a little bit because the props aren't going to interact with gravity or the ground itself. Rocket. It's like explode. Is just another fun way to slay people. So unless you're like overseer above, you're not gonna have this, but this just changes the player's size. Alright, interrupted again. I'm back. Sprint speed. Sprint speed. Can't talk. Another thing you're not gonna use very much at all. I probably have never done it, because you can do like the same thing through the fun menu for like walking or running. I don't even fucking know what it is. Walk speed. I don't even know. Hook. I'm not going to use this much. You can do certain LUA checks on people through a different menu. Did I already go over all these things? Yeah, don't really worry about this stuff. So these are kind of self-explanatory. You bring someone to you, then they have a set return location. As soon as a player is brought towards you, Gary's mod saves the coordinates of where they were standing. So when you do the return command, it sends them right back. However, if you're a high rank, like overseer or above, I'm pretty sure to be overseer, you might be able to do it on supervisor. I can do like a bring through here, and they won't have a return location because it's just a weird kind of teleport. It's not the same thing as ULKs. It's fadmin. So send, I use this sometimes, like if a player says that they were in a sit with someone, they say they need to go back to them, then you just like I would do send Chuck Abby. You know, send Chuckles to Abby. Teleport, same thing, just kind of, you know. So this, I don't even know what the hell this is. It just kind of probably tells you how the commands work. This gives yourself God mode and noclip, and all cloaks too. Ban check. So all these things are kind of self-explanatory. Like, say someone's mass RDMing and they leave, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Go into here, I would grab his Steam ID, I would copy it, and then I would put it in here, and then I'd write the reason, and then you set the time. I got pretty fast at it after a while. Force respawn. This is kind of good when someone has a hit on someone and they're like staff. You can do this, or you can slay them. It's allowed. After you give them a warning, so they can like pocket their shit. So this is a great tool that not many people use when they should. So if I think that Ratatata is using Lenny scripts. Lenny scripts are the most common form of cheating on this game, such as aimbot, wallhack, etc. I've never used it, so I'm not even sure what it contains, but I just know that Lenny equals bad. So I would put in that, and then this shows you their command table. So after a while, you'll get familiar with all of these things. You'll recognize them. Something pops out. You probably have to do it like 50 times or so until you kind of like get this in your head. Because sometimes people will use certain wall hacks, aimbots, or whatever that are different from the usual Lenny, and it won't show up in red text because this menu, the console has a check through ULX that's never really updated for new scripts to look out for, and it only has obvious ones like Lenny, and it shows up in red. So I might find something in here that's like they might like hide the script name so admins don't find it. It might say keypad Willox underscore entity, whatever. It'll just look like some other random crap here, and then you won't be able to recognize it until you've seen this stuff like 100 times. So, enough with that. By the way, perm ban instantly anyone who has scripts. Get hook table. It's another complicated thing that has to do with LUA. You can just focus on this. Not gonna worry about that. This kicks someone off the server. Some people think that there's a certain time that they can't come back online after they're kicked, but you can just kind of come back on. No clip speaks for itself. You just kind of like clip through walls. You're not part of the map anymore. You're your own thing. Profile. This is what I do when I want to like add someone, or I want to check how much Gmod the hours they have to excuse whatever thing that they were doing, so I can see like this guy. Toxic love. It's private. That might be someone that shouldn't be on here that I'm recognizing. Chuckles. So I might say this. He has a decent amount of hours. You can add friend. That's how I add people. Just do profile. So remove ragdolls, speaks for itself, server info, spectate. So the spectate, you don't want to use spectate through here. You want to spectate someone through tab menu. Because right now, if I do spectate, then I can hear what he's doing. See, I can hear him.
I was like, you're never gonna be alive.
And it also gives you more options, like I could teleport to him by pressing a button. By the way, I'm in Skybox, I'm like near the map, I'm just above. I just go here when I'm doing private stuff. So, stop sounds. Like if there's like rocket boots that are glitched for certain people, they can't stop hearing them for some reason. So you just do that. Time scale, this like makes the weather change faster and stuff. Unban speaks for itself. Watch. When someone logs in, it would add them to the watch list, and there's a big list of people. This isn't really used very much. I probably shouldn't have opened that. That was pretty private. I don't even give a crap though. Vote. So if you want to like make a vote, server, if you ever clean the map, you have to put a vote first. You can't just clean the map because you feel it cleaned the map. You say clean up. Yeah, nah, or yes, no. And you press vote, and it would come up right here, and players can vote. So you're gonna get kind of confused. Sometimes it's gonna say vote yes, or option yes won with 8 out of 20 people. So you think to yourself, well, 8 out of 20 people, 10's half of 20, how could that win? That means the amount of people who voted, 8 people voted yes, and say 6 might have voted no, and then that would be 14. So 6 people didn't vote at all. So option yes still won, technically. Vote ban, you're not going to use that shit. Vote kick, you're not going to use that shit. B-logs, if you are above mod, and I've been telling Conwell to give it to mods, but for right now, if you're mod or above, you'll have this. This is a very important thing. If someone says, you come to a sit, the guy says he was shot, other dude says, no, I only shot you because you shot me first. If you're thinking to himself, haha, I am so clever, the person will never know the full story, because I can argue this point. You say, hell no, I go in damage logs, I filter it to Chuckles, and I see, yeah, Chuckles shot Andrew after that. Anyway, shows most of the things you want. There's a couple things that I wish it showed that it doesn't, like what someone's wearing when they're shot at, because some people say they had a gun pointed to my head. Not that that would even call for, not that it would even call for a reason to kill, because it doesn't count. It just adds to the whole guiltiness to the situation. See if they're lying, they might lie about more stuff. So you're not going to use this, and you're not going to use this much. Like, for me, I might change certain things on here. Like, if I'm doing some kind of event, I might change the max props to 50 for, like, a building event or something. Bans, I'm not going to open this because it's private, but it shows many different things. The person's name or Steam ID, the person who banned them, the date, like, one other thing. You want to use that stuff, decent amount. And, by the way, if you ever unban someone that I ban, you're getting banned. I've done it to like 6 or 7 people so far. You're just gone. You might get one warning, but most of the people who unban someone I ban do it again. I don't know why. So I went through everything pretty much in the Ulks menu. So that's it for part 1 of how to use your Ulks menu and other general information.